CSV file conversions. The A-Label program can print labels using data from either a database or a spreadsheet table that has been saved in what is called the CSV format. CSV stands for comma separated values. A CSV file is just a text file where each line in the file contains multiple columns of data. Each line represents one record in a database. We are going to demonstrate the steps needed to convert a CSV file to a data format that the A-Label program can use to automatically print all the data for a set of labels. The process demonstrated in this video assumes you are not using the database features of the A-Label program. It assumes you just have some raw data that you have exported from either a spreadsheet or an external database in a CSV file format, and you want to use that data to automatically print some labels. An example of a raw or native form of a CSV file is the following. In its native form, a CSV file can be difficult to read and difficult to decipher where the columns stop and start because of the variable length text in each column. Thus, when actually working with a CSV file, we need a tool that will allow us to better see and better analyze the data. Fortunately, the A-Label program provides such a tool. To see this same data, but in a better format, we are going to use the File menu to select the item that says Convert from CSV to a data file. Click the button to choose the CSV source file. We are going to select the file named magazines.csv. When you select your CSV file, the program doesn't automatically open the file. It just shows the complete path to the file. To better see and analyze the file, click the button with the caption, View and Analyze the CSV file. Immediately, the previous dialog box will disappear and the CSV file will be opened in a format that allows us to better see the data. This view is better because the data has been aligned in columns, and the new view is as if we were looking at a spreadsheet. The A-Label program only shows about the first 15 lines of data if you have that many lines. In this example, there are only 6 rows of data. In this simple example, we have a listing of magazine names. You can clearly see and read the information. The first column contains the magazine name. The second column contains a rating number that is in the range from 1 to 100. The third column contains the street address of the magazine headquarters. The fourth column contains the city name where the magazine's headquarters are located. The fifth column contains the 2-character state abbreviation name. The sixth column contains the price. We are going to close this nice view. Note that the previous dialog will automatically reappear. However, we are also going to close this dialog. We assume we have a very simple label design with only 3 objects on the label that looks like the following. What we would like to do is print the data from the CSV file we just saw, but using this label design. Before converting the CSV data file to a data file that the A-Label program can understand, we must know both the format of the item's template design and the format of the CSV data file. In fact, we have made up a template design that will only use some, but not all, of the data columns from the existing CSV data file. In making up this template design, we gave each item on the label what is called a field name. Now we are going to temporarily show what are called the index numbers and field names for all the items in the template label design. We do this by choosing a menu under the View menu to show the index numbers and field names. Each item on the label has what we call an index number that uniquely identifies that item. Field names serve the same purpose, but field names are easier for humans to remember and work with. These index numbers and field names are only displayed temporarily. They will disappear when we perform any next action. However, you can use the View menu to make them reappear anytime you need to see them. Next, we go back and reopen the File menu item to convert from CSV to a data file. You will see the CSV conversion dialog box. We can now select the template that is already named as Magazine Ratings Items Template.txt. After selecting an items template, the next thing to do is to select the CSV data file. We can continue to re-show the CSV file by clicking the button to view and analyze the CSV file. Now we will want to remember the magazine name is in column 1, the state name is in column 5, and the rating number is in column 2. Then we can close this view. Looking at the right side of the current dialog, we can see the list of field names for the template design. Now all we need do is map or associate the magazine name with CSV column 1. We do that by first highlighting the row for data column number 1. Then we can move the field name, magazine name, to match up with data column number 1. Then we map the state field name to CSV column number 5 by first highlighting column number 5, and then we can move the field name, state, to match up with data column number 5. Finally, we map the rating number in CSV column number 2 by first highlighting column number 2, and then we can move the rating number field name to match up with data column number 2. At this point, we are done mapping CSV columns to template field names, and we are ready to perform the conversion. When you click the button to create the data file, the program will automatically perform the conversion that is required and show you a confirmation message. The newly converted data file will be given a name using the key name associated with the template. That new file name will end with data.txt. For this example, the data file is named Magazine Ratings data.txt. The program will automatically load the data file, assuming there were no error messages indicating any problems with creating that file. In fact, we can now see that the first row of data has been loaded from the CSV file. To continue with the actual printing, we would next select File, Print a Data File, and we will see the normal prompts to continue with the print job. The output from this exercise would print on a sheet of labels that would finally look like this. In any other automatic print job, when you are using the A-Label program as a standalone application, you would normally choose File, Open a Data File before you use File, Print a Data File to print that same data file. When you open the data file, you should see the first label change to match the data for the first record in the data file. This is an indication that the A-Label program is correctly reading your data file. Back in the CSV conversion dialog, we need to make a comment about the two buttons labeled with the captions Save the Mapping List and load a mapping list. If you know that you are going to frequently need to convert the same kind of a formatted CSV file to an A-label program data file, then you don't have to manually fill in the list of field names each time you open the CSV conversion dialog. You could just manually fill in the list the first time and then save that list. Later, when you open the CSV conversion dialog, you can click on the Load a Mapping List button to automatically load the list of field names. This is especially useful when the field name mapping list is very long or complicated. The field name mapping list is normally saved with the name keyname CSV index list.txt. So if you choose your key name first, the program will automatically handle the file names for you and you won't have to type anything. This concludes the video help on converting CSV files.